everybody. How's it going? As you can see, still don't have this quite figured out yet. So again, you have to watch me walk on. We can only go up from here with the quality of these videos. Well, how's it going? I hope you guys are all doing well. We are officially on day 3 of learning from home. So here's where we're going to keep track, and we did 2 official days. Gosh, that would have been this day, the 18th, and this day. And then we were on spring break all of these days. Did it feel like spring break? Maybe not so much, but I hope you're having fun with your brothers and sisters. We are going to read a book today called The Bernstein Bears Get in a Fight. And it's one of my favorite book series. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're on day, what's going to be the next number? 3 of our at-home learning. A couple just things to go over. Miss Fireeisen has been keeping track of the things every day in my bedroom. I have a sign that said "Life is Beautiful," and I have all these different colored Post-it notes. So every day I am putting something that I think is beautiful about life, meaning something that I'm thankful for, and it's really simple. One of them actually was E6000 glue one day, because I've been doing a lot of projects, and that is just some really great glue. It'll fix anything. Anyway, so I was putting up the different things that I was thankful for, and today's is my new learning from home wardrobe, professional wardrobe. As you can see, I have a lot of St. Croix Central SCC stuff. I've got it in every color, every style, sweatshirt, t-shirt, pants, you know, the whole thing. And so I decided, gosh, I was kind of getting sick of my winter clothes anyways, so why not just wear this and let you guys all see my school spirit. So that's what I'm going with. And I'm guessing maybe that's going on at your house too, that you're not wearing your, best clothes. So I hope that's okay with you. Maybe once in a while I'll, put on a regular outfit, but I'm kind of liking this for now. Gotta always try to see the bright side in something. Okay, so we have, today is March. We're still there today. And if you had forgotten, because we haven't been in school for a while, here's the letter. I'm going to trap it. The letter is M. So you'd have a couple guesses. What guesses would you have? Let's go through the alphabet, or not the alphabet, I'm sorry, the months really quick and see if that part of your brain is working today. And we'll go fast. And I'm really sorry to anyone else that is listening, that you have to hear me saying clearly. I'm used to all the kids being louder than I am. And at this point in the year, actually, they didn't even really need my help. So, all right, here we go. We are going to be listening for the months of the year that start with the sound. Ready? And when you hear it, maybe just kind of, put a finger up in the air or something, just so you know when you've heard both, okay? Ready? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. I heard them. Did you? All right. Well, one should have been a giveaway. March starts with M. And the other one is May. And that's coming up just, I don't know. Well, we'll have one more calendar change, and then the next one is May. May is a great month. It's really when everything kind of starts growing, and there are more days when you can be outside than you have to be inside because of the weather. So, all right, well, we're a little behind because of spring break. So we're just going to probably go through this super fast because I'm sure we have a lot to cover. So maybe we won't do we'll see where we get. Okay, so here we are. I'm just going to go back to the 17th when we last left each other. And this was my boy's birthday. Speaking of, that's cool. Just went by. You know, it's kind of funny, friends. The same kind of things happen here when I'm doing my classroom as might happen at school. Almost every time before I get ready to make my video, I ask my boys, does anybody need anything? Do you guys need to come into this area for any reason? Does anybody have to go potty? They all say that they don't. And then just like then, somebody had to go potty. So I just feel like it helps me really feel like I'm back at school again. All right, so we're going to go back to the 17th, and we're just going to do that so that we can figure out the pattern, because we've got a lot to figure out here. Okay, so first off, we're going to start with this dark one here. And it goes dark, light, light. Dark, light, light. Right. And we talked last week about how sometimes if you say it in kind of that sing-songy way, or a chant, some people might say, it might help you figure it out a little better. Okay, so remember we say dark, light, light. Dark, light, light. So what is the next one going to be? Yep, dark. So, but now we know what side we're going to use, but what number? Let's see, 22, 23, 24. So I need a dark 24. Okay, so then the next one is going to be, let's see, light, light, dark. Yep, light. And it's going to be, go back, 22, 23, 24, 25. What comes after 25? 26. Okay, and remember, light, light, dark. Light, yep, a light 26. Now I want to show you something that I just happened to start noticing as we're getting further on in the month. Watch this. Dark green, light green, light green, dark green, light green, light green. So that might help you figure it out too. So dark green, yeah. So friends, that's kind of that's going to be useful to you. Those are diagonals. That's a line going like an X, like or like the leg on the letter R, like that pirate. How we talk about that's his peg leg. That's a diagonal line, and mostly maybe right now you talk about it with if you ever played bingo. You can win bingo if you get your numbers or your markers in a row, a diagonal. It's kind of a weird word. Okay, so we've got 26, 27, and I'm going to just say 28 is going to be light because we have a light. And then we have another light, which would be 28, 29, and today is, yep, 30. And it's dark. So typically, friends, we would not have that many to do, and maybe we'd be able to talk about it a little bit more. But here we have our little sign that says today is, it's no longer that day. Today it is this day. So, okay, friends, what direction do we go when we're trying to find out what day it is? If we want to tell somebody what the whole date is, which way do we look? Yep, so we know it's the 30th, okay, and we're going to look up. So we go up, 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 and it starts with a M. All right, Monday. And if you want to know the days of the week, or you want to teach your mom and dad, or you're having a hard time, or it helps you just kind of think of the answer quickly, moms and dads, or whatever adults, it's the same song as the months of the year are. So let's just do that so quick, okay? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah. So, one of those days of the week in there, you heard it twice, started with that So, Sunday, Monday. So we looked up, we went up, 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 and it's ma, Monday. So let's say it all together. Ready? Today is Monday, March 30th, 2020. Okay, so the next thing I thought about, we talked about it a little bit, or it got brought up last week about the Pledge of Allegiance. And I thought, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take their time each day to do that. But I would love it if while you're watching this each time, I don't know if you push pause and you did the Pledge of Allegiance, or once in a while we'll do it on here, or when you're done watching this. I would just love it if you kept doing that each day, because it in times like these, saying the Pledge of Allegiance kind of helps everything. It's something that everybody in our country knows. I mean, for the most part, almost everybody knows the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's one thing in all of our language that if you are in this country and you hear that, you hear the beginning of that, almost every time, everybody will stop what they are doing and stand up. Sometimes people put their hands on their heart. We've talked about that. Almost always people would take their hats off, baseball hats. Sometimes it's different if you're wearing a fancy hat at Easter or something, or you're wearing a really hat because it's super cold outside and you're outside for some reason. Anyways, so I would love it if you did the Pledge of Allegiance, and you all know it pretty well because now we've been starting to take turns leading it. And the way that I help kiddos learn how to figure out what hand to put on their heart is we all stand and we put our hands in the air, and then we put this hand over here and we say touch the wall. This hand is still in the air, and then we put it down, and we say touch your shoulder, crawl it over. And that seems to be a pretty good way to just get them to instantly know that that's where they put their hands. So if you choose to do that, I would love it. I would love to see a picture or a video of that if your mom or dad wanted to send it to me. Yeah, okay. Anyways, and I do apologize, my throat is so dry, so I'm going to have to probably take breaks to take a drink. All right. I'm going to set this aside for now. And like I said, I think that we are not going to do the weather today. We'll just maybe talk about what clothes you should be wearing, because even though we've been doing this is maybe my 4th or 5th like taping that we've been doing, we're still not down to our regular routine of like getting the video started and really doing just what we do each day. So we're just kind of giving you a sample of each of the things that we do. And then as we do them, I'm not going to have to explain them to the adults if you're watching. So that will be helpful. All right. So let's see. Oh, that's your daily work for the day. And if you remember, Tanner liked to call this guy Pedro. I'm going to have to find a Sharpie. Ooh, wait a minute. Perfect. Let's see if you can help me figure it out. Pedro. So first off, his name, it's important. So he gets his first name starts with an uppercase letter. P, and then E, D, Pedro. Pedro is wearing pants and a short sleeve shirt. This lady, maybe we need to give them each names. We'll see. She has a, let's see, a raincoat and mud boots, or galoshes, some people might call them, or yeah, and an umbrella. This guy, he looks super happy. He looks like he's like jumping for joy probably because it's so warm. Because if we're gonna wear that, it needs to be pretty warm out there to have your arms and legs showing. Although, again, we've talked about this, if you're in middle school, you just want to wear shorts every day. I don't know why that is, but. And the last one is this girl. I hope very soon, friends, we're going to be able to put these kinds of things away, these scarves, mittens, hats. She looks like she's wearing winter boots. Really hoping that the days that we need to like gear up like that are gone behind us. For instance, it did snow the other day, but it wasn't like a snow that piled up or accumulated, and I don't think you would have needed all of this the other day to even be out. So I think we don't need that today. Like I said, I think it's a little cool still for shorts and short sleeves. And the wind is still a little bit cool. And I'm happy to report it's not raining, so we don't need to be thinking about what she's wearing. And so I think I would go with Pedro. Pedro it is today, friends. He's got on pants and a t-shirt. So that's awesome. All right, when I was looking at my calendar of what our at-home learning looks like, so I'm sure moms or dads, again, I need to come up with a word instead of keep repeating that, so I'm going to really try. So the adults got this calendar, and let's see, Mrs. Gaffner and Miss Schaff and myself and Mrs. Rude and Mrs. Sweet and Mrs. Corunda and Mrs. Griga and Mrs. Elmholtz all spent a whole day together coming up with some things that maybe your moms or dads, or adults would like to do with you each day. Like I said, we want to keep your brains really going here. So each day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and on the back of that is day 6 and day 7, are just some fun things, like for a day, that you could do with your adult. So let's look at this here. Day 1, well, we already did that. So I'm just going to go like this. We already did that. Completed. Okay, we did day 2. So here we are for day 3. It says read 20 minutes. And you're saying, I don't know how to read, Miss Fire Eisen. And yes, you do. We've talked about that. Remember, at your age, your job is to learn all about the book. That's why every time when we read, we go over the different parts. You have to start somewhere. Okay, so at your age, it's your job to listen to books and to listen to the words you're hearing and find the picture on the page so that you can help understand the story and maybe make guesses about what's going to come. Okay, and then as you get older, you're going to learn how to say those words or read those words and be able to read it to someone else. But by listening to an adult or somebody older read the book and look at the pictures, you are reading that story because you're telling yourself the story in your head, and that's reading. Anytime that you can kind of look at a picture on a page and know what's going on, you're reading what's going on. People can, when they go into a room, they can read a situation. They can read about if I come in and there's a big mess and the boys are all standing there looking at each other, I can read the room or read the situation and know that something great didn't go down there. So you are reading. So when you see that, don't worry, you are reading. Okay, just take some books. You don't even have to have an adult read the book to you. You can just look at the picture and work on which way we turn the pages. Work on making sure that you're not skipping any pages. Okay, when we flashlight read, right? When you take the flashlight, that's a great idea, adults, to give them a flashlight and turn off the lights or get it dark and have them practice taking that light, the flashlight, and going from the first line all the way across and just getting used to that. Or tell them to find the letters in their name or the letter B on the page and they'll take that flashlight. They love that. So try that. Complete the reading log. That is that picture, and I don't have a copy of that right here. I think maybe this month, I actually don't remember what March was. Was it umbrellas? I think that might be April. So whichever one, and for every book that you read, you color it in. So like I said, I think April's is umbrellas. I don't know what March is. So whatever picture it is, if you read that day, go ahead and color that in. And let's see. When you fill that up, because you can do more than one in a day, have your mom or dad send me a picture either on Dojo or they know how to get a hold of me, and I'll see what I can do. I know we can't exactly do the prize bucket, but we'll figure it out because reading that many books is a pretty big deal. So I'm going to think about what your prize would be for doing that or working that hard, but you work on reading and I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so we're on, we already know what day we're on. So we talked about reading 20 minutes. We've talked about completing your reading log. And let's see, then it says build letters with Q-tips. So we put some Q-tips in that bag for you. I don't remember, Mrs. Sweet packed the bags. She's awesome. That was a lot of work, you guys. And I think she put maybe 8 in yours. So got my Q-tips. And just like you said, oh my goodness. Well, it's upside down. Look at, I mean, just by setting them down, I found 2. I'd have to fix this one a little bit. But my friends, this is a V sideways. And I don't want to move my document camera. It takes a lot of adjusting. And let's see. This is the A that I saw right away. A. The 2 diagonal lines and the 1 crossing line. But it's tipped down. So, but you can then just try to build the letters. If your mom or dad, or if you have more Q-tips at your house, then you could like spell out your whole name. But for instance, I could do Ms. with an M, right? M. I got rollers here. Okay, okay, and then maybe S. And again, friends, sometimes they don't, like I could make my S really big because I can't curve it. So S. Sometimes if people only have straight lines, they'll make an S like this. It looks more like a 5, but if you don't have any curves, that's what you do. Okay, so you've got your Q-tips. I, again, encourage you to make as many pictures as you can, or take a piece of paper and glue these on some sort of construction paper. Make your name on construction paper with these. All right, the 5 Senses Journal. I do not have that with me right now either. Today is draw a picture on page 3 of something that you can hear. Well, that should be pretty easy. If I were just to be quiet for 5 seconds, the amount of things that I hear in my house right now is a lot. So maybe I would draw, for instance, I can hear Allison, my dog, upstairs barking like crazy. I'm guessing that the neighbor dogs must be out. So that's what I hear. So I would draw a picture of Allison. And I encourage you to not just have it be that one picture if I wanted to just draw Allison. So if I was gonna, here's my census journal. Actually, I think your pages are hamburger way. Adults, that's how we talk about paper orientation, how to set your paper orientation, or at least I do. So we call this, well, we'll start with this one. We call this hot dog way. So if you picture a hot dog bun and all the fixings and things, a hot dog would be like this. And we call this hamburger way. And we talk more about Big Macs or a big loaded burger, the Milwaukee Burger Company, with the bun and the patty and the lettuce and the cheese and the whatever onion ring and whatever else. So a big stacked hamburger would go this way. So I think your journals are hamburger way. Okay, so if I was going to draw Allison, okay, I could just draw her. My boys still draw her like this. Her 4 legs. Not very good. Here's her head. She's got these ears. She's got some spots on her. And she's got her snout and her eye. That's a terrible picture of Allison. Oh my God. Good thing she's not here to see this. This is bad. Okay, so anyways, I drew that really quick. It's a good example. I could have spent way more time. Plus, she's not green or blue. And I know we only sent home a couple colors with you, but maybe you have, by this point, maybe you guys have regular colors. Because as you know, Allison is white, and then she's kind of got orange. Her hair on her ears is actually the exact same color as Cole and Parker, my son's hair. If you hold their hair up to the hair on her ears, it's the exact same color. It's kind of crazy. So maybe I would make it better. That's kind of what I'm talking about. So I would add detail. We talked about that. This could almost tell a story. I told you she was upstairs barking at the other dog. So maybe I'm going to put a fence around her. And here's that other dog. Again, I would definitely add more detail. Okay. And maybe I add some grass all over. And then I hear her, so maybe I would go like this to show that she's barking. I hear her barking. And again, I would use more colors. So anytime that you think you did just some great work, or it's really something that when you're done, you are proud of it, I would love to see a picture of it, okay? I would love to see how great you guys are doing at home. All right, so that's the journal. Write your name, friends. There's those worksheet with the pencils on them, and maybe do 1 or 2 of those a day. Here's what we're looking for. We are looking for the first letter to be uppercase and the rest of them to be lowercase. They had gotten very good at it by this time of the year, but almost all of them needed reminders once in a while to try to keep it in a line, and to try to make the rest of them lowercase. It's not the end of the world. It's just what we're working on. And when we started out the year, they would start writing them big and tracing them big. And now each week, as they would have been coming in, I would have been giving them slips of paper that were smaller, smaller, smaller. That's really good for their fine motor skills to write their name small and to try to fit it into something. I can give you a helpful hint. Almost always when they feel like they aren't going to have enough room, for some reason, I don't actually know why, they'll start writing their name at the edge of the paper on the right and moving it this way. No big deal. Just kind of redirect them or have them write it in the pencil under it. All right. Rainbow math, I'll do that in a second. Math in motion. Okay, jump 10 times, march 7 times, stomp 3 times, twist 5 times, and squat 8 times. I'm not going to do that. You have an adult at home that can model that for you. My guess is now that we have some sunshine that you guys are going to be doing a lot more than just that stuff. Our Go Noodle song of the day is Chili Chili. Hey, chili chili. Hands up. That's a good one. And it's kind of a long one, but it's really good. As I was talking about those diagonals, the way that kids learn how to do diagonals, or that their brain makes that connection that things don't just go up and down or sideways, is by doing those sorts of things. Punching out or reaching across our body is how they're teaching their brains that those things happen. That's why X's and things of that nature are harder for them to write. Okay. Fine motor, wrap a pipe cleaner around a pencil to make a spring. So I brought this really fun one. And I got my pencil. And if you are in my class, you know we just were doing this. Miss Fire-Eisen's actually the one that came up with this activity, because we did this for our truffula trees. And it turns out it's much harder than you think it's going to be. You really have to use all of your fingers together. And I'm sorry to bore you kids. I just want the adults to know that kids, when their hands muscles are developing, start over here. And then as they get older, up to 4 and 5 years old, that's the time when we need to start strengthening this. So when they were babies, trying to get them to do Cheerios. Now that they're older, Legos is obviously a great thing. Giving them a tweezer and having them pick up macaroni, anything to get this finger. And then obviously that's going to help us with our pencils, okay? And that's going to help us with scissors, okay? And I'm so sorry I don't want this to get too long, but I really want to explain to the parents about something, because if you're going to start helping them, you probably want to know how to help them. I had to learn that too. So let's do this today. So you want to find any little treasure. If your kiddo's having a hard time, they're not using the right pencil grip, which is this. Okay, so which is this. They are pinching the pencil, friends, remember? These fingers should, right now, we don't want them doing much work. When they get old, when we get older, you'll see, you modify it, you kind of get your own thing going. This is called a modified pencil grip. I'm using these fingers to kind of rest the pencil on, but for right now, as hard as